Hi, it's Sean from the Wetsuit Centre. I'm going to talk to you today about the Billabong 2010 3-2 Summer Wetsuit SG5 as they call it. Billabong really have got their act together. They're starting to produce some really nice wetsuits, and this is a prime example of one of them. The Solution Gold is all about warmth, it's all about performance. It's one of their top end wetsuits for this summer, and if I start off at the back here, a unique feature to the Billabong wetsuits, as you can see these little lines here, this is actually what's called a solar mesh, and the idea of this is when the sun's out it actually heats this panel up, which in turn heats your back up and makes it a warmer wetsuit. I've worn one of these in the winter. I've given it a go. I was a bit sceptical about whether it did or didn't work, and weirdly enough when the sun is actually out it does feel a lot warmer, but whether that's just a wetsuit or whether it's the panel I'm not entirely sure, but I was quite pleased with the flexibility and the comfort of the winter one, so I'm sure that's going to be replicated in the summer one. Also it's smooth skin here, and the idea of that is it stops any wind penetrating it, so it stops any wind getting into your back and into your kidneys. What you can also see is that panel is replicated on the front here, so stop any wind getting into your chest. Speaking about flexibility, it's obviously got a front zip wetsuit, which basically means because you haven't got a wetsuit in the a zip in the back, you've got maximum flexibility. This suit will stretch and move with your body rather than being restricted by a zip. And this is a very high quality, easy to use front zip application, which I'll show you in a moment. The other thing you'll notice is everything on the outside has this liquid taping. So where they've glued and blind stitched the suit, so they've sewn it, put the two pieces of material together, what they've done after that is then applied liquid taping. So it's maximum what they could do to any type of stitching on a wetsuit to prevent any water penetrating any seams, and as you can see there's absolutely nothing that's going to get through that. Another feature with this is you would think that if you put liquid taping on it's going to reduce the flexibility of the wetsuit. Well, no, because this is actually designed, the liquid taping is designed to stretch with that wetsuit. So you're not being restricted again by them having to put the taping or putting the liquid taping on the outside. The knee pads, very durable. They're used pretty much by every manufacturer now, the Duraflex knee pad. Very durable, and it doesn't wear down, and they are very good. Key pocket here, you see that tiny little hole here. Sometimes we get asked by customers, is that a hole that someone's put into the suit? What it's actually designed to do is if you put your key in there, it allows the water to drain through, so your key doesn't fill, that pocket doesn't fill up into a big bubble of water. What we'll do in a second is I'm going to turn the wetsuit inside out and just show you some of the key features. But before I do that, it's worth noting some of the features on the arms here. You see they put that little piece of neoprene inside here. What it's actually designed to do is when you got the wetsuit on, i.e. around your cuff there, it's designed that water won't penetrate and pull the wetsuit down your arm. That is actually designed just to stick to your arm there, so if any water does get in, it doesn't force it down your arm because it actually sticks to you. And they've done exactly the same as that on the bottom of the wetsuit down here as well. So it's all about, like I say, it's coming back to the same thing again and again. It's all about warmth, it's all about comfort, and it's all about maximising the amount of time you can spend in the water. Asked an awful lot, how often or when in the year can you use these suits? Something like this you could use from pretty much April all the way through until the end of December, depending on how cold the water's going to get. But the more money you spend, the longer you're going to last in the wetsuit, i.e. a 3-2. 3mm on the body, 2mm on the arms, with all these added features on, and we'll have a look at some inside the suit in a moment. This is maximising the amount of time you can spend in the water, not only in the water but the maximum time in the year as well that you can use them. Have a look at the zip. You'll see this toggle on the outside here. Now that's designed basically that if you need to or if you want to, you can actually tighten that and it pulls that further down onto your shoulder here, which just makes a bigger seal. So if you've got slightly smaller shoulders, you can pull that down and make the zipping part on the back even tighter. If we have a look at the zip here, really easy to use. Basically unzips there. There's a folded material just underneath the zip here. Again, it's all about minimising the amount of water that's getting into the suit. And that flap goes over the top there, so again forming another seal. But also, these little zip pieces here interlock with each other. So again, no water can get through there either. You may be wondering, how on earth do I get into this suit? Believe it or not, a tiny little gap there will actually expand. A design that you can just jump, so you'll get your body inside there, and pull it up over you. What I'm going to do now is just going to quickly turn this inside out, but I will show you one more thing. If any water does get through your back at any point, there's a panel in the back here which is actually done at or designed at a slight angle, so any water that comes in just runs down this panel and hopefully it runs out rather than running into your suit. But I'll turn it inside out now and we'll have a quick look inside and see what other key features there are. If by magic she's inside out, first thing you'll notice, again, the liquid taping, no expense spared, it's on the inside as well, throughout the suit. This slightly different colour and different texture here is a polypro panel inside the wetsuit. Exactly the same concept as the thermal rash vest, where it's all this type of small bobbly material, and it's basically designed that it heats your body up. So the small particles of water form a barrier with your chest, and it heats you up in the same way as a thermal underwear will. That's on your chest. A nice touch again is actually on your back as well and down by your kidneys. So the idea of keeping you as warm as humanly possible. All this orange material that you see going throughout the suit is Billabong's airlight material. So the whole idea of this is full stretch, maximum performance, and that's throughout the suit. And there's again minimal amount of seams throughout the suit, which is giving you maximum flexibility again. They do some really nice things in the Billabong wetsuit as well, like the way they put the liquid taping around here. It's all designed internally. This piece of material has actually been designed that it forms a slight curve, so obviously your knee can form as it does naturally, forms a curve inside, so when you're moving inside the wetsuit it's not having to restrict or it's not having to strain in any way. It's already designed that it moves with you. As I said before, 3-2 wetsuit, 3mm of neoprene on the body and 2mm of neoprene on the arm. And that in essence is the Billabong Solution Gold SG5 3-2 wetsuit for 2010, and definitely a recommendation this year.